Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. No, y'all can do better than that. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I want to thank you for being here as we celebrate National Small Business Week. If you are new to Richmond, I want to say welcome. And for those returning, thank you for coming back to the great city of Richmond. Here in Richmond, we are proud of all of our small businesses. They provide opportunity and innovation. They are the backbone, the front bone, and the middle bone of our economy. Babylon Micro Farms is a prime example of that. A company that spurred out of the innovation that exists within our world-class institutions of higher education here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Similarly, that is why I am very proud as my administration, we've invested $1.7 million in creating the Pathways program, which will support Richmond Public Schools graduates to and through community college. We believe that by building clear pathways to post-secondary success for RPS students, Richmond youth will be better positioned for their first career. Richmond residents will benefit from greater economic mobility, and the city will become an even greater place to live and raise a family and grow a business. We want all of our students to be able to achieve their dreams to their full potential, whether that's opening up a barbershop, whether that means starting a nonprofit, becoming a fashion designer, or starting a vertical farm business. We want them to do it right here in the great city of Richmond. Folks, the city of Richmond is in the opportunity business. My administration wants to ensure that we remove barriers to access and provide an abundance of opportunities so that all Richmonders can succeed in life. That is why it is so exciting to be here today to celebrate one of our small businesses that is grounded in innovation and sustainability right here in the middle of Scott's Addition. But today, you didn't come hear me speak. In Scott's Addition, I know I speak too much sometimes, but you came here to see a special guest, a champion of small business, Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, because of the work of the Biden-Harris administration, our community has been given the support and resources they need to thrive. Vice President Harris's leadership in passing the American Rescue Plan Act helped our small businesses weather the storm of COVID-19. And it gave our city resources we needed to invest and uplift minority-owned, disadvantaged, and emerging small businesses. The Biden-Harris administration is growing the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, and our country is better off for it. In fact, we dedicated $1 million of our ARPA dollars to supporting small businesses. So with that, I want to say thank you all for coming out, and it's my pleasure to bring to the stage my friend, the Congresswoman from the 4th Congressional District, Jennifer McClellan.
Please welcome United States Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is a pleasure to welcome Vice President Kamala Harris back here to Richmond to celebrate Small Business Week. Small businesses play an invaluable role in the economic stability and strength of our nation. They are major economic drivers and account for nearly 40% of the gross domestic product in America. They create new jobs, spur economic activity, and make our communities better places to live. Under the steady leadership of President Biden and Vice President Harris, the administration and congressional Democrats have taken crucial steps over the past 2.5 years to support small businesses and bolster American manufacturing. And the results have been undeniable. Since President Biden took office, 237,000 new jobs have been created here in Virginia alone. This is due in large part to the historic investments made through the American Rescue Plan, the CHIPS and Sciences Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. Our nation's unemployment rates have also reached historic lows, particularly for Black workers, and Virginia often ranks as one of the top states for business, and we continue to see new businesses launch and existing companies expand their operations here in the Commonwealth. Companies like Babylon Micro Farms, the Richmond-based startup we are here at today, which has created new jobs in our district and manufactures locally. And that's why Democrats in Congress are fighting alongside the Biden-Harris administration every single day to ensure that our small businesses have the resources that they need to succeed, particularly as Speaker McCarthy and House Republicans are threatening to default on our debt in a way that would hurt our small business owners, slash available funding through the Small Business Administration, and eliminate thousands of jobs in Virginia and across the nation. We will continue to fight to ensure America pays its bills. Let me repeat that. We will fight to ensure America pays its bills on time. And we will fight to ensure our small businesses are taken care of and given the support that they need. Thank you again to Vice President Harris for coming to Richmond, and thank you for the small businesses for everything you do. Happy Small Business Week.
Please welcome Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Babylon Micro Farms, Alexanderoelsen.
Good afternoon. It's a real privilege to have you all here today. All great things start small, and only this country has the market, the culture, and the unfailing optimism to encourage people to take risks that can turn dreams into reality. At Babylon, we're empowering businesses and communities to grow their own fresh food on site all year round in a way that captivates the imagination about where your food comes from. Indoor farming can enable anyone to grow their own fresh food using 90% less water without the use of pesticides or harmful chemicals. This is an essential tool for food security and the fight against climate change. Our goal is to develop an ecosystem of affordable and accessible vertical farming products that operate using the Babylon IQ remote management platform. This way, anyone can be a successful vertical farmer. We've grown this idea from a school project into a scaling enterprise with global clients like Aramark, Compass, Sodexo, LinkedIn, and even IKEA. The team here has worked tirelessly over 6 years to develop our technology and commercialize the world's most advanced vertical farming systems. Each of these 15 square foot systems is the equivalent of about 2,000 square foot of outdoor farmland that can grow all year round. The products, technology, and manufacturing processes that you see here are setting the standard for micro-farming globally. Our decision to move to Richmond and the Opportunity Zone here in Scott's Addition has provided a strong foundation for our fast-growing business and a home for our 37 team members. I'd like to extend my deepest thanks to Virginia Venture Partners, SSBCI, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the Biden-Harris administration for their tremendous support. The grant funding they provided has allowed us to get where we are today. We are deeply honored to show you the work we do at Babylon Micro Farms and the potential for small businesses to be at the cutting edge of sustainable technologies. With this administration's support, our industry has a bright future. Without further ado, it is my honor to introduce the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat. Good afternoon. Have you all, has anybody been able to tour this facility? It's fascinating. It really is. Alex, where is Alex? And Graham, congratulations, and to your whole team on what you are doing here. Really, congratulations. I could speak at length about what I think is the significance of this work for our country, for our workforce, what it means in terms of a very smart step toward preserving precious resources like water, what it means in terms of developing the skills of the workforce, and the global impact of this kind of approach. So congratulations to you all, and thank you for the warm welcome, and of course it is always good to be in Virginia. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. And to Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan, thank you always for your leadership. Always, and for welcoming us to your district. And I'll tell you, I see her hard at work in Washington, D.C., always fighting for the people of this district and the state. And so I thank you for your partnership to the President and me, and thank you for all your good work. Thank you. Thank you. And Mayor Stoney, it is good to see, where's the mayor? There you are. It is good to be back and to see you. We have spent some time together also in Washington, where you have been a leader among mayors and have always been talking about this city as an example of what we can do when we put resources into the people. And so thank you for your leadership, Mayor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so we are in the midst of National Small Business Week. And it is a special honor then to be joined always, and especially this week, by so many extraordinary small business owners. You know, I strongly believe that small business owners and small businesses are the backbone of America's economy. Through your creativity, your hard work, and your determination, you create prosperity and opportunity for millions of people. America's small businesses employ nearly half of all private sector workers in our country. Nearly half. You do trillions of dollars of business every year. The taxes you pay help repair our roads and pay our teachers. And through your innovation, you help shape the future of our country. And here at Babylon Micro Farms, you have been taking the lessons our farmers have learned over centuries about how to grow healthy, sustainable food, all the art and the skill that is involved, and you have now added cutting-edge technology. And this, of course, is the result. I think that Alex talked a little bit about it. Each of these farms can grow 45 different kinds of produce at once. 45. And they do so using 90% less water than traditional outdoor farming. And of course, because of the climate crisis, growing more food with less water will be one of the defining challenges of the 21st century. And you are helping us meet that challenge. And I do believe one day the kind of technology that is happening here may help feed millions of people around the globe. So when we think about it moving forward, I think about our small business owners as innovators. This is an example of the kind of innovation at play. And our small business owners are also not only business leaders, but community leaders and civic leaders. You're the ones who train young people and hire locally. You support the local softball team. You are role models and mentors. And I've seen it my whole life. Growing up, my mother worked long hours and long days, and weekends from time to time. And when she did, my sister Maya and I would go over to Mrs. Shelton's house. Mrs. Shelton lived 2 doors down from us. And Ms. Shelton ran the nursery school that we lived over. We lived in the apartment over her nursery school. Ms. Shelton was a small business owner. She was also a second mother to us. And she was a fixture in our community. So many times I remember watching her sit in a corner of a room, giving support and advice to a new mother or to a young person, mentoring people in the community. so much a part of the fabric and the strength of who we all were. So I understand, and I know, and I have witnessed firsthand the character and the nature of small business owners. And of course, then I know that there are people all across America like Ms. Shelton, folks who take the incredible leap of faith required to start a business, folks who put their life savings on the line and work through weekends and holidays because they know they are not only building a business, they are building a better future for the people they love, for the place they call home, and by extension for our entire country. In my career, whether I was District Attorney of San Francisco, Attorney General of California, United States Senator, and now as Vice President, I have had the honor, the true honor, to work with and meet thousands of small business owners. And in each of them, I have seen the ambition and the aspiration that powers our nation. Small business owners do so much for our country. And in return, then, I believe we have a duty to make sure that all small business owners have the support and the resources they need. And you know, when I speak with small business owners and entrepreneurs, some of our younger small business owners actually self-identify as entrepreneurs. They're small business owners also. But we'll go with whatever you like, small business owner or entrepreneurs. And I often ask them a question, and I ask them, of all the challenges that you face, what is one of your biggest concerns? And I'll tell you one of the answers that I hear most often, that is something that we have been addressing, is their need to have access to capital, right? And all across our nation, there are folks who want to hire more employees, want to open more stores, want to fill their stock, and sadly don't always have the capital to do that. And so for years, I've thought about how we can do the hard work of expanding access to capital, and in particular by investing in community banks. Because as many of you know, community banks provide capital and financial support to small business owners, and in particular those in overlooked and underserved communities, including rural communities. And as the name suggests, these banks are in the community. The people who work there know the community, know the resources of the community, the capacity of the community, the desires of the community. They understand, simply put, the needs of the people they serve. And they see the capacity that exists around them that bigger banks often miss. When I was a United States Senator, we helped secure $12 billion for community banks, and so far our administration has distributed nearly $11 billion of that investment to small businesses across our nation. So we worked on getting $12 billion, and we have now invested almost all of it. And an example here in Richmond is we've invested $250,000 to help Let's Be a Kid Family Daycare hire more staff. We invested more than $270,000 to help D&H Construction Services move into a new office. And these are just a couple of the many examples of what is happening. In addition, when President Biden and I took office, we vowed to rebuild America's manufacturing sector, to bring jobs back from overseas, to strengthen our supply chains, and to build in America. And we have kept that promise. We have invested hundreds of billions of dollars in American manufacturing, and this is an interesting fact, over 70% of manufacturing companies in America are small businesses. Over 70% are small. When we think manufacturing, we think, oh, it's got to be this big facility. I've seen numbers that tell us that over 70% of the manufacturing companies in America employ about 20 or fewer folks, right? It's small businesses who are helping to build America, and including right here, a small business doing manufacturing. So last year, our administration invested $150,000 in this business, which will help you, yeah. Alex and Graham, very happy about that. which will help this business as an example of what we're doing around the country. Expand production, hire more employees, and continue to shape, as is the case here, the future of farming. And the story then of this business is one of many stories around our country. Because of the investments we've made, because of the incredible determination of our nation's entrepreneurs, America is seeing a small business boom. Since we took office, 10.5 million new small businesses have been filed in terms of applications for opening. Can you imagine? And think about what that means, not only for those individuals, but for the people they will hire and for the communities in which they exist. It's so very exciting. And as a result, part of the connection there is what we have done to create more than 12.5 million new jobs. More jobs were created in 2 years that we've been in office than any administration has created in 4. And when we invest in small businesses, we are all very clear. We are investing in jobs, in opportunity, and innovation. And I will say, finally, when we invest in small businesses, we invest in America. So thank you all for the work you do. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all.